So here we are in San Francisco. It's still not really sunny. We might later on in the day. Anyway, we're at GDC. First meeting we've had is with Halfbrick. So you showed us a really cool game. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure.
So tell us a bit about your really cool game.
Great. So yeah, my name's Luke Muscat. I'm the Chief Creative Officer at Halfbrick Studios, and I've just been showing Fish Out of Water.
Okay.
So Fish Out of Water is our new game that we've got coming out, and it's probably not what people are going to be expecting from Halfbrick this time, but that's cool. That's what we like to do, is do something new and interesting each time. So Fish Out of Water is basically the best stone skipping game around. It's basically where you want to, it's similar to skipping stones, where you want to throw fish across the water instead of these stones.
They're crawlers at throwing fish, but they seem to like it. They're kind of like they're cuddly characters who like being
That's right.
thrown across the water.
There's a little bit of a story there that you can unlock about these fish that are they're these kind of like rebellious sort of little group that, they're kind of thrill seekers, I guess, and they really like skipping across the water.
Okay.
And it's been a really interesting game to work on. A really big aspect of it is the weather system. So every hour when you go on, the weather will change. Sometimes it'll be raining, storming, sometimes it'll be perfectly flat, and that'll change the way that you play the game each time.
And there's five characters you start off with?
Six characters.
6 characters, okay. And you get 3 throws.
That's right.
So you get to choose half the characters to throw. So what's the thinking behind that? Because obviously in most things you go, you've got 6 characters, you choose one and throw that.
Yeah.
So how you've got this kind of averaging system.
That's right.
That's interesting.
Yeah, you really need to there's 5 judges at the end, and each of the judges sort of have different criteria. So one of the judges doesn't really care about how many skips you get, they just care about distance. And then the other judges sort of, will just care about skips and not distance. Some of them worry about the weather. They all have these different personalities. So you have to, depending on the weather, depending on the conditions, select different fish and, try different strategies and, muck around with which fish you're going to use and how you're going to boost. And it's really interesting because it's not like a clear formula on how to get a high score. It's not like Jetpack where it's just go further. You really need to kind of experiment around and play around with it and figure out how to get a high score.
Cool. And when should we be expecting to play Fish Out of Water?
It will be out on April 18th.
On what platforms?
On iOS.
Cool, excellent.
And it'll be universal as well.
Cool, thanks for your time, Luke.
No worries, thanks.